And welcome back. Our next guest is an author with over 23 years of experience as a teacher of elementary school and special needs students. So she joins us today to speak about her passion for writing and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Tracey Adams. Tracey, welcome.
Hello.
Tracey, now you are you in the Midwest right now?
No, I'm in Alabama right now.
Alabama. All right.
Yeah,
But you're from the Midwest, right?
I'm born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri.
All right. Kansas City. Kansas
Yeah,
City, here I
go
come.
Chiefs. Yeah,
So you made your way down into the South by way of Kansas City
going.
into Atlanta, down into Alabama. You went a little deeper.
Yeah, yes. Well, I've kind of lived here and there. I lived in Denver for 4 years before
Uh
coming
huh.
to the South. And I stayed here for about 25, 26 years, and then got divorced, and then I moved to the West Coast for a year, and then made my way back. So I've kind of moved around these last few years.
And Tracey, when did you get into writing? Before your divorce or
Oh,
after?
oh, long before I started writing when I was a kid, just keeping journals. I heard your last interviewer talk about journaling, and I've been doing that since I was a kid.
I was telling her
Um,
about you. I said, you know what? Tracy does journal. I think we're going to try to hook you guys up.
Yes, that'll be absolutely, because she's a social worker, and being a teacher of special needs, I work with social workers. I collaborate with them all the time. So that would be perfect. That would be 100% perfect. But she mentioned about journaling, and I mean, I've been journaling. I have journals dated back to 1997.
And how have these journals or journaling helped you in your career or in writing
In life,
in life?
life, yeah, life happens. And, you know,
Mm.
through my marriage and the dissolvement of my marriage, journaling has helped me. I lost three babies through miscarriage, and just journaling my way through that. It really is an outlet. It really is therapy, mental therapy. I think it's a form of mental therapy, and this um,
Mhm.
I just decided in these last almost 8 years to bring my journaling into book writing.
Yeah.
I have three realistic fiction books that I'm working on, and that they basically have written themselves through my journals.
Ah, excellent. You just had like a head start. You had everything
Yes,
all written out. All you have to do is place them in the
and place
outlines
them
of everything. Yeah.
strategically, and editing, and and making sure that it's worded right, that the
Yeah.
voice that I'm speaking in, that it sounds right. I just want the readers to be able to hear my voice when I'm writing it, so they'll know exactly where I'm coming from. And like I said, I write according to what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
How William got his wings is not my first written book. My first actually written book is entitled Maya and the Ants, and it's I wrote that about my two daughters back in 2016, but
Uh-huh.
it's on the shelf. It's written, it's ready to go for illustrating and publishing.
Yeah.
But like I said, life happened. And so here we have how William got his wings, and it's very passionate um, story for me, because it's about one of my students that I had 2 years ago. He was in second grade, a precious little boy, and he started getting sick. I don't want to tell the whole story, but he had a brain tumor that developed into brain cancer. And I was planning on writing a book with him. He was going to illustrate, and I was going to write it, and it was going to be called William's Journey. But he and God had other plans, and so it became How William Got His Wings.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
and
Wow.
it's I wrote it initially as a children's book, but so many adults that have purchased this book have been so moved by it, and it helps them deal with grief in a better way grief. I mean, death happens to all of us,
Yeah, yeah,
whether we lose a parent or a spouse or a child. It happens, and you just need that comfort because it is so hurtful when you lose somebody that's that dear to you. And this little boy, William, he was dear to all of us.
yeah.
His parents, his grandparents, some of his classmates came to his service, and just trying to explain to these 8-year olds what is happening, what happened to our friend. Um, and so that's what motivated me to write this book. And I wrote it in tears, and it was a lot of tears and
Wow.
uh, emotions and compassion in writing this book. And I got permission from William's dad to write it. He said absolutely 100%. And a portion of the proceeds goes to William's family.
Oh, great, great.
I wanted it to be a blessing to them, something that they can have tangible that will carry on his memory.
Yeah, and you have a that's perfect. That's wonderful. But you
Yes,
also have a book distribution platform, um, TNA Literary Works.
yes, it's where I
Tell us a little
distribute.
bit more about that.
Yes, that TNA Literary Works was birthed last year after How William Got His Wings was published, and it's just a platform where I want to distribute all of my books and my works that I'm working on right now. And in fact, I'm in publishing now for How William Met Mommy, and I got the sketches back from the illustrator and everything. And the tentative date
Mhm.
for that book to go live is February 1st
Ah, all right.
of next year,
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
And I wrote that one. Like I said, I wrote that one last year after I buried my mom.
Oh, sorry to hear
Um,
that. Sorry.
yeah, she passed away actually 2 weeks after William. And it was, I write according to what's going on in my life at that time. And in that book, again, a lot of passion and emotion that went into writing it. William died on July the 7th. My mother died July 23rd.
And do you
And
think they were both a part of helping you to write this book?
yes, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, if you haven't experienced it, losing a parent is just, there's no words.
Yeah.
There's no words. And I just, that was an outlet for me. And it was a story that I wanted to share. So many of my friends, teacher friends, college friends have lost their parents, within these last few years, and I just wanted to have something that they could, that they can have that will bring them comfort.
Well, William and your mom will be with you every step of the way. You've got these
Yes.
things that will never, never go away. You have
Yeah.
these books out there that even after we're gone, these books are going to stay here and people will be
Exactly.
able to pick them up and read them. So
And
you're going to
read
leave a
them.
legacy and they're going to be, of course, a part of that.
A part of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So
Yeah.
what's
So
next for you? Do you have any additional plans behind these current book projects?
yes, I have another book that I have written, and it's in publishing as well. It's called Too Much of a Good Thing: A Runner's Journey. And as I stated before, I write according to what's happening with me at that time. And during summer school, I was teaching fifth grade, and one of their writing topics was, write about something that you really, really love that could be too much of a good thing. And, they were sitting there, and,
Uh-huh.
fifth graders, they don't like to write. So I said, well, I modeled for them. I said, I love to run. And they looked like, Miss Adams, you like to run? I said, yeah. I said, I can't run now because I got these bum hips, but and so I just started, that day after school, I just started writing. I said,
Uh-huh.
you know what, this is a book. So I wrote about my passion for running. Uh, I started running when I was 18 years old,
Yeah.
and I ran all the way up until 2016, where my body just gave out. couldn't run anymore.
Yeah.
Me and my girls were in a head-on collision in 15, and you know,
Yeah.
so here I stand. Ended up having to have hip surgery.
Oh,
Planning to
that's what
have
you
the other
said.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I see the doctor, the ortho tomorrow, actually, to plan for the left hip. But you just never know how your story will impact other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I ran track at Morris Brown College, and just seeing some of my college running mates are like, "Oh my God, my back!" And they've had knee surgery and hip surgery and all these things going on. So it's just another story that I wanted to share, to bring light to that. You just never know until you go through it.
It's all a part of life, right? That you mentioned
It's
before. It's helping you to do
yeah,
life, putting the pen to the paper.
pen to the paper. I have several works. One is called, it's a realistic fiction book, and it's titled While I Run This Race. And it's about, a young woman who leaves her home to come to an HBCU, and she meets her track coach who instills running, in her spirit and everything. And she goes on to do big things, becoming a coach herself. And I started writing that book after we lost our track coach in 2016.
Woo. Well, wait a minute. You
Yeah,
got something going on there. After somebody cuts out, you write a book.
I write a book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It helps you to cope with all the things that are happening in life. I get it. I get it.
yes, yes, yeah. But I mean, I have some fun things. I wrote a
Yeah.
book about my oldest
Well,
daughter.
these things are helping people in their lives, you know.
Yeah,
So,
because I mean, it happens. It's life.
yeah,
We
yeah.
can't ignore that. Um,
But you
it's
wrote
just
you said you wrote a book about your daughter?
my oldest daughter
Yeah.
is called I Am Leo, and she is a Leo child,
Yeah.
true and true. And I just looked at, how Leos and the animal, the lion, how they operate in the wild.
Yeah.
And when I tell you the correlation is uncanny, so that one is called I Am Leo, and it's about my oldest daughter.
Yeah. How does she feel
Yeah.
about that?
She's like, no, Mama, why are you writing about me? She's a teenager, so she's
Uh-huh.
like, well, why are you writing about me?
Hmm.
I said, get over it. That's what Mama does.
Yeah, but that'll be bragging rights for her. She can share with a friend. Look what my mama wrote about me.
Exactly right. It's nothing bad.
Hmm.
That's my daughter, and and I just like to write on things about my family and everything like that. Another book that I'm going to be writing is called "There's Nothing Dreadful About My Hair,"
Woo!
and that
You're
one,
putting it out there, huh?
yeah, that's about my oldest daughter because she has long, dreads,
Yeah.
and you know how kids can be mean, and so they're asking, "Is that your real hair?" And
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, your hair looks this way and that way, and oh, you got dreadlocks. And I told her, "There's nothing dreadful about your hair."
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So
Yeah.
this is all coming out in 2024?
Well, 2024 is How William Met Mommy, and Runner's Journey, and I'm also working on publishing a third book. It's called Missing Mommy Moments,
Uh-huh.
and I journaled from last July all the way up until I felt like I'm not healed. You'll never be healed from losing your parent, but to where I felt at peace
Yeah.
about it. So that one is called Missing Mommy Moments, and it's just journaling,
There you
you
go.
know, my
Journal
experience with her.
journaling superstar and author and publisher Tracey Nicole Adams. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us. Good luck with
Appreciate
everything,
the
okay?
opportunity.
You
Thank
got
you,
it.
sir.
All right. Talk to you soon. All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
take a quick break. I've got another one coming up next right after this.